Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Nerchio and MarineLorD on Lerilak Crest. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Nerchio. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is MarineLorD. Alright, so a very solid ZVT for you today between two very amazing StarCraft 2 players on a map that I think I like. It seems pretty balanced. Narrow ramp up to your main, a wide ramp into your natural, and a pretty safe third, assuming you can watch these rocks and make sure they don't get destroyed and let the army into there without any defense. Alright, so let's see. Nerchio, I assume... Oh, a spawning pool first here from Nerchio. We've seen this actually quite a bit in the recent casts on my channel. Zerg's going for spawning pools first instead of the hatch first against Terran. No less. I wonder if that's just a pivot in the meta where Terran players are basically going for quick one-racks expands or even command centers first here, assuming the Zerg will go for a hatch first, and the Zerg tries to trip them up, tries to get some lings out, get some pressure up, get some pressure out there on the Terran player, and then see if they can kill them because they're not quite ready for it. And again, what we can see here also is just a quick tech to Roach. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be ling pressure. That's something sort of has done in the past, is just get a really quick Roach War and get Ravagers morphed on in and then start hitting earlier than the Terran player might expect. So we'll see if MarineLorD is ready for this. He's not scouting at all. It is a one-rack expand with the Reaper. The Reaper also provides additional scouting, not just harassment capabilities. So the Reaper should be able to scout, see exactly what is going on from the Zerg player, perhaps allow MarineLorD some time to prepare, as he is now throwing down his command center at exactly 400 minerals, as all good Terran players do. And yeah, based on the fact, let's see, just now getting gas and saving up some minerals here. There are some lings popping out just a pair to try to see what they can do across the map here at the blue Terran's base. Again, they haven't scouted each other out yet, but the Overlord, I think, should be able to say, no, there's no Terran in this base. There would definitely be a command center here, or here either, as this Overlord does manage to scout there as well. So, heading up the middle of the map here are the lings. The Reaper taking the wrong direction. I'm going to scout down here first of all. Going to give Nerchio some time to respond to this, but not really going to be anything beyond that. So the lings might be able to go up here and maybe kill a SCV or an NSCV, if I speak English correctly. And yeah, here come the lings marching right on in. Can the SCV live? Run, SCV, run. It does. It cancels the construction here and actually fights just a little bit, but the Marine with good micro should be able to handle this. Meanwhile, the Reaper is getting shot at by the Queen. The lings, more SCVs getting pulled off the line as well. Just getting shots taken off, getting stabbed by the little drills are these lings here too, and just being super annoying. Again, delaying that hatch is really good, but good stutter step micro on display here from MarineLorD should be able to kill this this Zergling with no problem at all, and indeed it does. Reaper still trying to bounce on in here. It's a 2-base, 2-2 base at this point. This command center is just about finished. Worker count is 24 to 23. MarineLorD does have the lead, as is common in the early stages of these Terran versus Zerg matchups. So definitely speed on the way for Nerchio. I don't see a Roach Warren quite yet for our Zerg player. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing unless, okay, it's just going to be a big ling attack. Straight up lings, no roaches, no ravagers at all. There's a bunker coming at the front, but I feel like the lings can just run by this thing quick as can be, and these Marines might not be able to handle it. A third base coming up for Nerchio too, so he will not be completely caught off guard here as far as the macro goes, but it just makes me worry about his current army composition, which is 5 Marines and a Reaper. KD8 charge going to help kill this creep tumor, and yes, does get it just barely. Just barely getting the creep tumor. Really annoying for Nerchio, but not really game-changing. Another KD8 charge, boom, taking out another one. But the lings are here. Lings are here trying to get us around on those Marines. No! Widowmine shot will get off there. Ably dodged by Nerchio. And once again, dodged again here, trying to go ahead and bait it out with a single Marine, or single ling. The lings taking down the Marines, taking down SCVs as best they can, and once again forced to retreat. The Reaper in here now, though, but again, they are speedlings. Can they take down the Reaper? No, but reinforcing lings do pop on in here. Can they take out the Reaper first of all? They want to, and they do. They do get it, but more Marines, more SCVs here too, heading back on out are the lings, but more and more lings coming across the map here. This is the most aggressive speedling attack I've seen from a Zerg player against a Terran in a really long time. Running past the Widowmine, and Widowmine shot, yes, baiting it out with a single ling there. Again, great micro on display by Nerchio. Can the bunker get taken down by these lings? Almost a full surround, but the SCVs with the surround of life on their own. The SCVs are getting attacked, are getting directly destroyed here by these lings. That's the move you want to make, Zerg players, is take down those SCVs. Don't worry about the bunker if it's being repaired by 100 of them. Oh, taking out another Marine just as he was trying to get on inside there. The lings decide to try to get up in the main base. Oh my gosh, can they kill a tank? No, they want to scout. They want to scout. They want to kill some SCVs. They want to get around here and see what's going on inside the Terran base. Not necessarily going to harass or kill anything to this point, but just kind of bouncing back and forth, being an annoyance, keeping MarineLorD inside his main base, keeping him afraid of further attacks. Zerg players that do this honestly have my respect. It's so hard to do. But man, it looks like he has definitely convinced MarineLorD that stuff is going to happen. A Liberator is coming out for MarineLorD. Might be able to kill some workers as there's no defense there whatsoever. A quick Spire coming up and a Roach Warren now on the way for Nerchio. And again, look at this. 47 to 30 Harvester. Nerchio really droning behind that. But does not have any static defense here and no Queens either. These guys are going to have to be pulled immediately as no static defense at all. He did scout the starport without a reactor, which tells you likely it's going to be a Liberator here, and does get one shot off. Oh, that drone was technically outside the circle. Got shot anyways. This is another attempt at a... Oh, it's a drop. Okay, it's a drop with a tank and a couple Marines. Going to try to get some shots off maybe from this low ground, but no, they decide not to. The Queen did manage to chase off the Liberator. This one, though, ready to rock, and the Spire does get scouted out. Look out, Queen. 3 shots from the Liberator to kill it. 2 Queens coming on and stutter stepping their way forward, and a Transfuse keeping the Queen alive, but it dies at the same time the Liberator does. Exact same time. These guys are just sitting on the outskirts of the creep, just killing creep tumors, just killing lings. No big deal. These lings need to come back. There we go. Come back, Nerchio's lings. And they do. Good surround, killing a Marine. Some pretty good tank micro on display here by Nerchio, though, just keeping Nerchio, or by MarineLorD rather, keeping Nerchio's attention. But having to fall back for some base defense, as there are a lot of lings coming this way. A single bunker. Liberator sets up a defender mode circle. That is excellent, excellent defense using defender mode that way. The lings do want to try to take down these rocks, but with no upgrades, it's going to take them quite a while. And 10 mutas in production for Nerchio. 10 Mutalisks on the way. What is here for defense from MarineLorD? Nothing there, nothing there, nothing here. Liberators are out, but there are only one of them, and it's in defender mode. And nope, it's actually in anti-air mode right now. Lexington rockets have been deployed. All right, so let's see what the mutas can do against this. I don't see anything that indicates that MarineLorD's preparing, except he is double pumping Liberators, so that's good. The muta's going to fly in. Actually, might get a cancel on this base, and they do. Oh, that's a great cancel. Great halt on that construction. And here come 3 Liberators, though. Run, mutas. They clump up so bad. Splash damage is a huge problem in this particular situation. The Liberators do notice these rocks are getting knocked on down. Do they set up a defender mode circle and try to chase them away? The mutas trying to go where the army is not. There's a Widowmine sitting here, but look out! Oh, Widowmine shot killing a Mutalisk. That's something I think Nerchio can accept. Just flying all over the place, trying to find stuff to kill. Did kill a single SCV there, I think, possibly 2. But the mutas are going to head back on out. These lings were forced away by the Marines and the tanks that showed up to defend these rocks, but they're down to 390 hit points out of 2,000. Quick Hive now on the way from Nerchio. +1 infantry weapons and combat shield coming up for MarineLorD. Can they kill this tank without losing too many mutas? No! Oh, amazing pickup and a runaway by MarineLorD, keeping that tank alive. Exactly what you want to do as a Terran player. Just incredible play all around at this point. MarineLorD's APM is 400 at the moment. Average APM for Nerchio is about 300. These guys are playing fast, and they're playing strong. Overseer trying to scout things out. Does notice, hey, missile turret, and almost gets killed by that turret. Down to 4 hit points. 4 remaining. Woo! So 8 minutes into this game, already going to be a 3-base to 4-base slugfest. Both players really doing quite a bit of damage to each other. Workers killed by Nerchio, 14. And 1 drone killed by MarineLorD to this point. Units killed 28 to 54, though. MarineLorD killing a lot of units, a lot of lings dying in exchange for those workers. And I think Nerchio is okay with that. 57 to 65 workers in favor of the Zerg player. Here come Roaches, here come Ravagers trying to knock down these rocks. The Liberators, though, chasing away the mutas, and the rocks are down. The army's in. The Zerg player pushing on forward here with the Ravagers, with the Roaches. Corrosive Biles being tossed on down, trying to kill, though, almost getting the tank, but again, a great pickup by MarineLorD. Roaches and Ravagers getting chased on down here by the Marines. The Marines are super mad. They do have stim. They don't have +1 attack yet, but still very effective against these Ravagers. And these Roaches just dancing around, trying to kill what they can. But finally, the incursion is cleaned up by MarineLorD. Nerchio didn't do a whole lot of damage there. It was a great response by MarineLorD. Continuing to push up with the creep here is Nerchio getting Infestors. There's the Ultralisk Cavern on the way. It's a very common sight in TVZs thus far. MarineLorD, is he getting a Ghost Academy at all? I don't see one. I don't see one quite yet here, but here comes a push. MarineLorD with the biggest push he's done yet so far in this game, with Marines, with tanks, medevacs, Widowmines, and Liberators. But here comes an attack by the Zerg player, going to take down a tank. Oh, and reinforcing Marines too are just into the meat grinder right now. This base is in a lot of trouble. Going for the base race though is MarineLorD pushing on through. He's going to try to kill this Infestor. The Infestor sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Defender mode circle being tossed on down to. Can the Infestor live? Yes, it does barely live here. Some units are left behind to deal with all of these SCVs. The rest of them are coming back home to try to defend as this base is under a serious assault right now. Coming up that ramp were some Marines. They did end up dying there. Liberator shots being used on Zerglings, not the most cost-effective use of that. Some roaches come in and die immediately. The Muta's trying to come in and take out the Liberators, but the Marine count looking good. Broodlings trying to clean up the Marines. Oh, the Marines all do get killed by the Broodlings. That allows the Marines free reign on these Liberators. Again, the Liberators are not defenseless, but this number of Mutas should be enough to clean them up just barely. And yes, they do. Finally, 3 Mutas survive that onslaught. The medevacs do manage to escape, heading on back home here. So resources lost 9,400 to 6,400 in favor of MarineLorD. Hasn't lost as much as the Zerg player at 71 to 57 workers. Nerchio continuing that macro. Widowmine trying to burrow in. That one dies, but this one does get a shot off, getting 5 kills total so far in this game. I think maybe that was 2 or 3 drones. Spore Crawler on the way to detect this Widowmine. That's all really Nerchio is worried about. Overseer comes in too, though, and now the Queen should be able to stab it down before it gets another shot on off. What is sitting here? Ah, Widowmine is catching more transferring drones as a long-distance mining is happening here from the natural as the hatchery was killed. Another shot! Another shot coming up. Nerchio, recognize what's going on here. Did he see it? Did he see that one? Where's the Overseer? Here they come. Finally getting taken down is that Widowmine. Pushing out number 2 is MarineLorD with tanks, with Marines, with Marauders. +1/+1 now finished for the Marines and the Marauders. +2 ground carapace on the way for Nerchio. Chitinous plating and the Ultras are in production. Any ghosts? Have you seen any ghosts up here, watchers? I haven't seen any. Liberator count not super high either. Whew, MarineLorD could be in trouble. Here it is, pushing it again with Marines and Marauders. Going to go ahead and try to take down that extractor, taking out a lot of transferring drones, running for their lives, getting focused down amazingly well by MarineLorD. Tank set up too, not pushing too far out onto the creep here. Waiting for the Ultras, I think, is Nerchio. And there they come. 1 Ultra did pop. 1 more. Yep, and then 1 more too. Here comes the Collector's Edition Ultra trying to come on in and try to get a full surround on these guys. Roach is popping in from the top side too. That's exactly what Nerchio was waiting for. Getting Corrosive Biles being tossed on down. Nothing really to deal with these medevacs and punish them for coming so far onto the creep. No real Mutas in the air. Surprisingly, no Corruptors either. It's a very ground-based army. 2 Mutalisks and not enough to kill a medevac before it gets all the way home. Maybe this one. That is down to 16 hit points there. I think they're trying to chase it and focus it down specifically. Can they get there? No! No. Dropping on the other side of the supply depot wall. Excellent play by MarineLorD. It's 169 to 149 total supply in favor of MarineLorD. And coming back to the Zaltnonga Watchtower is Nerchio. So Ultras here with +6 armor, +1 Kaiser Blades. +2 is on the way. It'll take a while to get there. And another Spire on the way. Is that a second? Yeah, it's a second Spire coming up for Nerchio. I'm not sure if he wants additional upgrades more quickly than if he's just had a single Spire, or if he wants one to be a greater Spire while he's upgrading +1 flyer attack or whatnot. We'll have to see what he plans on doing that, unless it's just a complete mistake, which seems very possible. Thors. MarineLorD is going Thor in response to the Ultra composition. I mean, can be good, can be pretty good. I have seen it work before, but not super duper effectively. Corruptor is coming up for Nerchio too. He does want to take out those medevacs. He understands when you have the Terran army trapped in your base, you want to be able to kill their attempt to flee too. Coming right on in are the Ultras, are the Corrosive Biles coming from the top side. This creep spread is insane. It's really allowing Nerchio what he needs to get right on top of this army here. The Ultras are refusing to die in this situation. 1 does die on the right side, 1 in the middle as well. The Ravager's not really enough to deal with it. The tank count looking very high as well. +1 attack on those tanks. And pushing away, basically abandoning this attempt at a 4th base, or 5th base rather. Nerchio, MarineLorD continuing to push forward. Thor, +1/+1. These guys are going to get changed in a couple weeks, according to David Kim. Pushing on up, though, are some Roaches trying to deal with exactly this. These rallying units that are just walking across the map all by their lonesome. Corrosive Bile used, and the Thor does get cleaned up. That's a pretty big hit to MarineLorD's army, but he decides to push on in here anyway. He has Marines, he has Marauders, he has Liberators. He's going to try to do this thing as best as he knows how. Ultra trying to pop on in here too. Can the Ultras live long enough to deal with this? And the Ultras are coming from the backside of the Lings, trying to take out all of those tanks, and they do. Corruptors getting rid of Liberators. A big-time surround here on the Terran army, picking up, running away. The Corruptors taking out medevacs with Queen support too. Well done, ND, there by Nerchio, losing a lot, but managing to halt the attack, halt the incursion by MarineLorD. More tanks coming up. Pneumatized Carapace being researched by Nerchio. Not sure what that is all about, but MarineLorD has not been able to take a 4th base. No 4th for our blue Terran. I'm not sure if he's been too focused on offense or what, but Widowmine trying to burrow on down, and the Lings do manage to get on in. Widowmine shot is going to go off on something. I just don't know what. The Ultra's crushing on in here. One of them dying immediately. This one focusing on a supply depot for reasons I don't fully understand. Ravagers doing stuff too. The Corruptors chasing away those medevacs so that healing is low. But no, actually not taking this one out. That would have been nice to get it. Only has 6 hit points remaining. Another attempt to drop here, landing on top of this Queen. The Queens are getting focused down by the Marauders and the Marines. They will die very quickly. Indeed, another big attack this way from MarineLorD, and there's that 4th base from MarineLorD. So 15 minutes into the game, he finally gets his 4th, which seems a little bit slow, but again, the action has been jam-packed thus far in this cast. Some really good CVTs on the channel recently, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've appreciated them as much as I have enjoyed casting them, because good times. All right, 4 bases to 4 bases. That's usually good for the Zerg player. Trying to poop some creep and prevent this land, but no, he gets it. He gets the landed command center. Another attempt at poop over here. That creep's going to recede very quickly here in Legacy of the Void. Lings in production. Ultras in production. This does not look good for Nerchio, actually. Ultras, once again, a pretty good choice. Marauder count fairly heavy, though. It's just, how are their upgrades doing? That +2 attack has finished. +7 ground carapace, no +3 on the way. This army is absolutely unopposed right now, but a big Ling run-by attack up here to try to kill some stuff will be cleaned up eventually. This hatch, this 4th hatch, I think it might have been the 3rd actually, does end up exploding. The Broodlings try to come in and try to clean stuff up. That does not happen for them at all. Like I said, the Lings do get cleaned up here. The Ultras, though, a little bit harder to deal with. Pulling back, losing this base entirely is MarineLorD. Both players losing a lot so far in this game. Resources lost 21,000 to 16,000. Again, MarineLorD being more cost-effective, but that's what Terran is all about. Pushing on up here once again. Ultras chasing everybody away, trying to set up defender mode circles, trying to set up tanks, but the Ultras don't care. At this point, this is a lot of Ultra. The tanks are completely gone. Corruptors are sniping down the Liberators a little bit too late to make a huge difference there, but good stutter step on display by MarineLorD. There is no fungal to hold these units in place. Infestors are in production, but they're going to be a little bit too late here. Every single cleave by these Ultras is taking out a few units of the bio, but it's not happening fast enough. 130 to 100 total supply, and Infestor ends up dying there too. This base, which does it lift it off and landed, or did it actually just die? The Ultras might have just actually killed this 4th base entirely, which means MarineLorD is on 3 bases, but so is Nerchio, replanting this base on over here. And here comes MarineLorD again, running away with his Corruptors, with his Ultra. 39 hit points on that guy, 8 kills, 7 kills on this one, 400 hit points, and 1 kill on this 100 hit point. All right, so some good fungals here would actually do a lot for Nerchio. He's trying to make MarineLorD engage him on the creep, setting up those defender mode circles there too, pushing on in, forcing a cancel on the base, a huge cancel. MarineLorD looking very strong, pushing in with his Marines. They do have the +3 upgrades. Again, the Ultras try to take down a single Marine. They do take it down, but again, just trying to mass up his army. More Infestors coming on out here. They have enough energy for some fungals, and that's exactly, I think, again, what Nerchio needs is a fungal with an Ultra Crush on top of it. Lings, again, trying to take out those reinforcements. Nerchio really thinking really well in this game. The Infestors are slow, though. Gets a fungal off before it dies. Doesn't do a whole lot there, though. There's not really a lot of damage that comes out of fungal growth, as we can see here. 30 damage over 3 seconds. It is enough to hurt Marines fairly substantially, but not exactly kill them. Overlord sitting here on top of this orbital command, but it's being mined from. MarineLorD does not care about that as long as he's getting that income that he needs. It's 41 to 46 Harvesters. MarineLorD is in the lead right now, but I think a lot of SCVs might die here, getting surrounded and fighting for their lives. That's not what you want to do if you're an SCV, not against this many Lings, not with these upgrades. At least a tank trying to deal with this hold position being used by the Lings here too. And what is here actually to attack a Marine and a tank does force the Lings away. There's the fungal with the Ultra combination, a big dead ball of bio right there. Those Marauders are very low on hit points too. Another cancel on a hatch. MarineLorD continuing to push forward. Another fungal catching the Marines, and another fungal possibly, yes, attempting to split, but the Ultra's getting right on top of everybody. I'm not sure what this one is doing. Bad pathing there, I believe, is what that was. The Ultra does end up getting taken down. Infested Terrans being thrown down in a desperation measure from Nerchio. Right now, it's 99 to 73 total supply here, and that's it. A rage quit from Nerchio. Nerchio is defeated. MarineLorD is victorious, and Nerchio has left. Holy smokes, some of these ZVTs recently have absolutely been insane. What a great play there by MarineLorD. A great play by Nerchio, too. I feel like the Infestors were a good choice, but the Ultras were countered a little bit too hard by the number of +3/+3 Marauders that MarineLorD had popped out of there. That was a lot of dead stuff, man. 31,000 to 24,000 resources lost. In the end, it was 35 to 31 harvesters. So many dead workers. 50 workers killed by Nerchio, 43 killed by MarineLorD. But man, in the end, MarineLorD just too good. Once he got that pressure coming, once he had those 3 bases running and the pressure continuing to push across and just wave after wave of Terran units, Nerchio not able to do anything about it. Lost this hatch at least twice. Lost this hatch, I think, twice as well. Had units coming in here and killing his natural. I mean, MarineLorD was just killing bases, which slows down the Zerg macro enough to where he can do stuff like this. But again, super hard fought. Look what was left for MarineLorD. Just not much at all here, but it was enough to get the victory. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.